Everyone. Thank you for joining. We'll give everyone maybe a minute or two to come in, gather in as well. Also, this demo today will be interactive. So if you guys do have any questions, upper right hand corner, you'll see the chat button. Just type your message in there, and we'll answer all of those at the end. See some more people coming in, so welcome, guys. Thank you for coming. And I think we get started. So thanks everyone for joining. We appreciate it. My name is Jared Haw. I'm in charge of revenue here at OpenBOM. So the goal of today's live demonstration workshop is to provide an overview of OpenBOM, and also at the end to have more of an interactive section. So it's not going to be verbal, but if you guys want to, just type in any questions that you guys have in the chats, then we'd be happy to answer that. Also, if we need to go a little bit deeper into your case study, then reach out to us at support@openbom.com, and we would be happy to speak with you guys in a little bit more detail about your exact case study and your pains and what you guys are trying to solve. But now let me introduce to you our customer success specialist, Pedro Branco, who has about 20 years of experience with CADs, PDMs, and PLMs, and he's a great reference for questions and best practices. So Pedro, let me pass it to you.
Okay, thanks, Jared. So I think we can get started to go through showing OpenBOM, our platform, and I'm going to go through from engineering to procurement. So going from end to end, just show how we can have a connected process versus replacing Excel or all those disconnected and silo processes with files and folders. So let's get started. So OpenBOM, our vision is data that you collaborate directly on your product data. You can see today we're going to go for a case study on a company that makes and sells drones. And this is already the result information. I'm going to also go through from scratch, so you can see how you can go from early stages of design, managing CAD data, creating versions, and then going more for the first release, first prototypings, first release, and then creating an item structure with derived files like PDFs and steps, and how that information can flow to your contract manufacturers and to your supply chain. And also show you the capabilities of our collaborative workspace, which means that you can work on a digital bill of material, multi-domain, ECAD, MCAD, mechanical, electrical, breaking down materials, everything on the same platform. So let's get started. Also showing you our latest changes in our user interface. So you can see that we have different sort of viewing capabilities to filter data. Everything is easy available, where you can find critical information like drawings, for example. You can quickly find your product information or do a search, for example, and find any component that you are after to understand. Also, its structure. So you can see that this assembly has a couple of components, so you can navigate your product structure and also understand where you use information, where a component can be used in multiple products. In this case, in multiple drones, dark version, and different models with different capacities. So this sort of where use capabilities really helps on you to make faster decisions, helps with change management, trying to understand the impact of changes, or if you find a problematic component, for quickly replaced where all of those are used. So we're going to go through today how to create this structure from a CAD system, um, make multiple changes from using MCAD and MCAD. So I'm going to show you today how to go using Solidworks, and also using Altium Designer for PCB design. So one of the components of the drone, it does have a PCB structure. So we have a multi-level bill of material here, where you can see that we also have a PCB that's going to be updated from Altium Designer. So this is the end result of a digital bill of material, where you can show and see multiple views, views more focused, for example, on manufacturing, where you have access to drawings, for example, and derivatives. So all the information is available for anyone to self-serve and to navigate through data, through your product data, instead of files and folders and part numbers. So you can usually find what you're after and then just open the associated information like a document very easily. So how to go from design into the end result up to procurement and supply chain. So I'm going to start with design. I'm going to start with your CAD with SolidWorks. So we have our first drone here created. Um, we are managing the CAD data in OpenBOM design. So this is where you can synchronize your CAD data with your team, and also you have features to prevent multiple users to be working on the same data. So OpenBOM design uses a component called the workspace manager that basically synchronizes your local working folders. In this case, my project folders is my C root, and I'm working on the drone project in the MCAD. So I have all the SolidWorks data here. I can also combine with ECAD, so I have the Altium data here, and OpenBOM design is synchronizing this with your workspace manager, which is a tool that works on your computer. And then you can just synchronize changes to our storage. You can also see that in a full web browser window, so you can see how your design data looks like. So it is organized by projects, where you can see all your document records there. You have access to the physical file here. You also have access to see different versions of a component. So you can see that this item over here already have a few different versions where you can see and track those into. You can also control if the file is locked. So using file lock allows you only one user to make changes to a specific file, and this prevents multiple people working on the same data. So we have finished the design portion of this. So we have completed the design stages. I have synchronized all my changes. We are going now to create a product structure to approve this data from starting with mechanical, and then we're going to go for electrical. So this can be done with the create BOM button. So this is going to extract derivative files. We're going to create the structure. We can also use our part numbering generation to give a unique part number to this new product. So in this case, it's going to be a prefix of 5 and a counter. So we can use our part numbering mechanisms to assign new part numbers to components. And this is going to let's create a new bill of material. So here, notice the value of, directly from your CAD system, you can create a BOM structure and automatically extract derivatives like steps, PDFs. So we are replacing that, manual approach that you export your CAD data to an Excel file for other people to work on materials or work with ECAD data. So you cannot create, you are disconnecting the process by moving to a to a file and folders process. So I'm generating the structure, going through all the drawings. So it's quite interesting that you can maintain all this information updated. And right now we are generating PDFs for all those drawings in CAD. So we are automating the SolidWorks open drawing command from all those models, and we are saving them as a PDF. Also creating step files for those items, and we have generate bill of material. You can open directly from here, or just see the structure inside the CAD application. So everybody can be working with the same structure here. You can organize and see other information beyond just the CAD data, like vendor information, costs, quantities in inventory. You can also choose different views. So it allows to organize data to what you really want to focus. And notice that you can have one user working on separate structures here, like for example, working on materials. So this plate over here has already a material, and you can have another user working concurrently in this area. So you'll see their faces here, and this is completely uh, concurrent and online. So we call this the collaborative workspace. I'll show you later on how to, for example, updating from Altium Designer can help you, just work together, mechanical and electrical. So you can open on a full web browser window, so you can see the full product structure. And here, notice all the extracted files, all the derived files, including DXFs. You can also see the structure in a multi-level view, understanding the different levels. Now, we do have a component coming from Altium Designer, this Arduino board. So this is actually coming directly from Altium. So this is exactly that board you see there, exported to SolidWorks as an IDF file. And then we are just creating the BOM structure from Altium. So you can combine ECAD and MCAD. So you can just, for example, update the bill of material from here and just update it. At the same time, you can be working on, the bill of material, even having multiple users working on the same data. So this is very, very powerful that you can have multiple people. You'll see their colors there, and you'll see where they are at the bill of materials. So everybody can work concurrently. And so this is really, a big differentiation that, you can actually work together real time. So we're going to focus on the Altium Designer bill of material, which has finished. So it has completed. That's great. And if you notice, we have now an Arduino board with multi-CAD here. So you can see all those components coming from Altium. And you also will see them in your CAD environment, like even from SolidWorks, you can see that complete structure here. So notice that you have the Altium board, with all components, everybody working on a complete digital bill of material, a multi-discipline. So once you have completed your product structure, you move into releasing this into the outside world. So this process of release works without change management. So once you are going to get an approvals to freeze this design into a revision, you can use our change management process. So which starts with a change request. So this will be the initial release, and I'm going to actually use a change order to obtain approval. So this will send notifications to a group of configured users. You will send them by email, so it's configurable. You can have different access like approval. So you will receive an email containing the next this change. So let's wait for that to arrive. Should be arriving soon. Here we go. That's the one just now. And from here, you can jump directly to the change order just created. So you will see it straight away on the web browser. If you have multiple products or multiple items being approved, you'll see them all here. And you can also jump into where use information to analyze impact. Very important to understand that, especially during changes. Multiple users can give their approval, exception, or rejection. You will see their emails here if you have multiple users. And we have, as I mentioned, roles: approval, optional, mandatory. So the approval is more like a manager. If a mandatory user is not available on holidays, you can still approve, which I'm one of those. So I'm going to approve, and this is going to freeze that into a first revision. So the data is now frozen into a revision, which it's available for collaboration and sharing. So this approval process, notice that we can configure different views for users that are looking this approval process. So they can jump into the bill of material. They can use views that focus just on documents. For example, this this document approval view shows more just the items that have a document in it. So you can see that, let's just show you that on a bit of a better view. So notice that this focus mostly on documents. So you can see, that item has a drawing. You can see it. What is the CAD revision from CAD, from Solidworks? You can also jump into the design object. So remember, we were managing file versions, so you can link directly to that initial CAD file that we recorded that is generating this output. So everything is linked together for you to have full control of your data. Now you are going for the next step. You have approved your product, you have your complete digital bill of material, you have your first revision, and you are going to start manufacturing this product. So you have your first orders, and you're going for producing a number of units. So you can use OpenBOM to manage the delivery of your first products, first releases, using our inventory management and our easy sharing capabilities with supply chain, with contract manufacturers. So for this, we're going to use orders. So an order is basically you going to plan to create one or more of your products. Let's put an odd quantity like 13. We're going to make 13 drones. That's our first sale. And look how OpenBOM can help you plan these stages. So first, an order or a planning bill of material is a separate structure which is flat. So it is a flat view of your bill of material. And notice how it calculates automatically quantity gaps that you have in inventory. So we have none of these items in inventory. We might have already a few items like bolts and washers. So notice that we have plenty of material here. Uh, so OpenBOM is going to calculate this automatically for you. So notice we have plenty of bolts and washers. So we have 500. So there's no gaps here. So what OpenBOM now is going to do is going to generate uh, purchase orders to suppliers that have gaps. So just on, again, a single click function, click on one button and you have a list of open POs to all of those suppliers with gaps in quantities. So let's see first one a bit more with electronic components. So online components have a few items over here. Let's go for Arrow Electronics that might have a few more. So notice all these components are required to build our product. So from here, you can exchange this with your contract manufacturer, with your supplier. You can create a document just to create an order, for example. Let's do that. Create just a PDF with the order to. Okay, so let's just use the default template to create a purchase order. You can also use a template for an RFQ just to request a quote. And this can create just a quick document that you can share with your supplier, again, with the accurate quantities that you need to build. Notice also working with suppliers. Let's say for mechanical, we have a contract manufacturer that is building some of the mechanical items or the items with drawings, and so you need to manufacture those. So notice how OpenBOM groups this information for you automatically to the supplier. So let's freeze this column so we can see a bit better the items here. So notice how we have all the drawings there. So we have the drawings for this item already created from SolidWorks. We have information about, we have the step files. Some of these items might have DXFs, for example, for laser cutting. So those items over there, those plates have DXFs, and everything was generated automatically from SolidWorks. So there was no manual processes. You don't have the risks of forgetting. So this is our proposal, that you move away from files and folders and have a digital connected process from design to procurement. And notice how you can just quickly export like a package with all this information just with a single click. So you can, like, all those drawings, all those PDFs will be grouped for this manufacturer. All you have to do is just send this zip file to your manufacturing team. So I hope I've shown you today just a flow how to go from engineering to procurement, working with contract manufacturers, sharing your engineering data to outside engineering to manufacturing to procurement to contract manufacturing. So I've also shown you the field visualization capabilities, our easy to use change management process, and our inventory and orders capabilities, so you can quickly flow this information to your supply chain. So this is what I wanted to show you today. So Jared, do we have any questions so far?
Yes, Pedro, thank you very much. And we do. The first one, where does the vendor information come from?
So excellent information. So we can manage vendors in OpenBOM. So you define them part of your production planning setup. So you have an area to define your vendors and approve vendors list. And then each item will have that information configured. So let's jump into where I'm storing these items. So the CAD items are stored in SolidWorks items. So for each component, you can manage vendor information. Uh, for example, you can manage for each component, you can manage the vendor. You can even manage multiple sourcing, multiple vendors here. So notice how the price is changing for this component, and also the manufacturer part number is also changing. So you can have different manufacturer's part numbers for each item. So it can also change for each one. So extensive capabilities to manage, supply chain and vendor information.
Thanks, Pedro.
Right.
Another one. If we have a larger assembly and want just the CNC parts to be listed, will it read our part structure and be able to pull those from custom properties in SolidWorks?
Yes, we can. We can pull all that information from SolidWorks. We can, deal with large structures, large bill of materials. And you can also use filters in your bill of material to group the information that you want. For example, if you look into a view, it can filter information. Like let's move into a view that only shows by items. So, for example, purchase items shows only items with the type by. So you can use this sort of filtering to just show, let's say, manufacturing or CNC files. Just show me those rows and step files for CNC, and that's it. Okay.
Thanks, Pedro. Another one. Does OpenBOM lock files once entered into a certain revision? SolidWorks has a problem that always wants to save every file when it saves.
So our locking mechanism, it is conscious or deliberate. When you want to lock the file for you, you can lock them at any time. So it's not automatic with SolidWorks. It is more like a conscious thing that you have to do. We can configure that you can only synchronize changes from files that are locked. But in that case, I also recommend that you use some of the CAD options to not put everything with right access. So recommend to use this option in case of SolidWorks, using, for example, don't prompt to save read-only documents, like discard changes. You can also evaluate to use these open reference documents with read-only access. And also explore this collaboration setting. Multi-user environment can also help you with the right access in SolidWorks. It gives you extra commands to reload components in your SolidWorks tree. So you have ability to reload and make read-only. So you have a bit more options here to explore. Okay, so I'm happy to jump on a call to talk, any sort of best practices with SolidWorks. I can help you with that. Any?
We
All
got
right.
a
Any
couple
other
more.
questions here?
Yes, we
Yep.
do. for the release process, after the release, do all the items that are not changed also get frozen so I can open up this release as well?
All the items that are not. So when you release, in this case, I release just the top assembly, only the levels where you create a revision. So they are also part of that change approval. So you are approving the sub-assemblies and levels that have changed. So only those will be frozen in time. So you can still have other levels working in latest. If you don't create a revision on them, you are not bringing the changes to a revision. So this might need a bit of more time or a follow-up session, Jared, so we can work more on showing these details. But in terms of revision process, give you the precise way just to freeze what you need and what you want.
Great. Thank you,
That
Pedro.
makes sense.
And excuse me, one more question. Could you describe how OpenBOM supports me if the engineering BOM is modified regarding the purchase order? So does the system show the differences between the EBOM and the purchase order?
So yes, so we have the ability to compare changes with our compare BOM features, and you have also the ability to update the order with the update order button, updating those in like a new revision to the order. So you can use the update order button to do that. So once you are on the order, you can use the update order button to update this from your latest revision, and then use BOM compare to see differences.
Great.
All right.
Thank you, Pedro. And any other questions? Give another maybe few minutes or a few seconds or so for any last minute questions to come in. Also, if you guys do think of something, reach out to supports@openbom.com, and we could always schedule a deeper demo to go great into your case study. All right. So thank you, everyone, for joining us. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out at support@openbom.com. And thank you very much for spending time with us today. Appreciate it, guys. Take care.